Hey, hi, hello there, and welcome to another episode of An Anthropologist Watches Glitter and Lasers. So, I was watching Chikara Transformations this morning, and I saw her post that said something very interesting for those of you playing the home game. And that interesting thing is Anna's dirty deleting. I know you guys watched my last video where I went through some of Glitter and Laser's shorts on YouTube. And we're looking at this one in particular.
I'm having a flare up. Everything kind of hurts and I'm just so tired. Did that happen because you just didn't sleep well last night? You know, maybe. I don't really know what caused it. So you're just under a lot of stress. Like I said, I don't know. I mean, that could be it, but you must have just eaten something weird, right? You know what? Sure. You did it. You solved it.
And my comment at the time was, God forbid your friends show any kind of care for you. Which did spark a little bit of a conversation in the comment section, which is fine. I mean, there are some people that are of the same opinion as Anna, and there are a lot of us who are like, it's human nature to try to solve the problem. Like, how many times have you said something to your significant other and the first thing they do is try to solve the problem? Doesn't mean that's what you're looking for. It just means it's like human nature. That's just what we do. What do you want them to say? Oh, I hope you feel better soon and that your body settles down soon. Or is that too hard for you to have a little compassion for another person? Sometimes I wonder if people actually interact with other human beings. I love people. You can't read all of these, and I'm not going to read them all to you. What I was looking to see is if Anna had responded to anyone here on YouTube about what her flare-up is. I don't think Anna interacts with her YouTube community at all. Or if she does, I don't think I've ever seen her actually respond to someone's comment on YouTube. But this particular video, this is the short, was deleted off of her Instagram. Now, in the last video we went to, so this is her most recent one. She deleted a couple things off of here, actually, now that I'm really looking at it. She doesn't put one for one everything on each platform. There's a lot of stuff on her TikTok that we will be looking at that is not on Instagram, and it's definitely not on YouTube. But there were a couple other things on here that I remember looking at the comment section for, because I wanted to see A, her recipes, and B, I wanted to see the comment section to things that she had on her YouTube. And anyway, on the last video I did of hers, I did that. I did a one-to-one. Chikara was saying that one of the Instagram posts had been deleted. It was this one. And the reason it's been deleted apparently is because in the comment section of this video on Instagram, Anna responded to someone who asked her what the flare-up meant. They were like, what does flare-up mean? And Anna just kind of gave a vague answer about, my joints swell, this, that, and something else, and I gained 20 to 40 pounds in water weight or something like that. Over the past few weeks, I've been having a reoccurring flare-up that has literally made my life very difficult. I've been exhausted in pain, and honestly, I don't know the cause of it. Every time I talk to somebody about it, they tried to come up with a cause. I don't know the cause, and talking to them, it just made it more frustrating over the fact that I didn't know. Again, God forbid your friends care about you. I share this today ironically because I did finally figure out what's causing the flare-up. Hopefully in the next week or so, I'll start to feel a lot better. Just as a reminder to anyone who is curious about autoimmune disorders, people are not lying to you when they say they don't know, because a lot of times you just don't know. It's one of the most frustrating parts about having autoimmune disorders. Sometimes you just don't know why your body is behaving the way it is. The best thing you can do is try to listen to your body, and sometimes the only solution is to wait it out. So be gentle with yourself and or friends with autoimmune disorders who tell you that they don't feel good, even though you may not see or understand it. Trust them. Don't make them explain, because they may not be able to be They may not be able to, and that's the most difficult and frustrating part. Yeah. What is, quote, flaring up exactly? So apparently it's... Oh. There we go. What is, quote, flaring up exactly? Glitter and lasers. It's different for different people. For me, I get really thirsty and gain 20 to 40 pounds in inflammation very quickly, like 2 to 3 days. I have joint pain, get extremely exhausted, and usually have a fever. We believe it is related to my lipedema. The flare-ups cause my lipedema to become extremely inflamed and the lipidemic cells to turn into almost a sea of little sponges for water. Unfortunately, with lipedema, the water is in the cells versus around it, so diuretics don't usually work unless you have progressed to a point of having both lipedema and lipedema concurrently. I don't think that's true. I mean, I don't think the diuretic's going to work for her one way or the other is what I mean. Because... keep in mind, my expert opinion on this stuff is A, the internet, and B, Life by Jordan. Life by Jordan never, to my knowledge, has used the diuretics, or if they have, or the, yes, diuretics. They haven't mentioned using them, which they've mentioned everything else, so I don't know why they wouldn't mention that. So, now, did they mention it and then walk it back? Possibly. So basically, Glitter and Lasers is saying she has random flare-ups of her lipedema. I had to check that one. Yeah? Lipedema. But she's having flare-ups of her lipedema that cause her to gain 20 to 40 pounds. Which, according to Jordan, back before they started getting treatment, they gained 40 pounds in over a month. And it was mostly water. Probably all water. I'm willing to believe that. 20 to 40 pounds in 2 to 3 days? I feel like that would be obviously very painful, but also wouldn't your skin start to maybe split? I have some very disgusting stories that I could be sharing with you right now about my grandmother. However, when her legs would swell like that, her skin would weep. And if you don't know what weeping is, I'm not going to describe it to you too much. But she's not describing that here. She's just saying her joints hurt and that kind of thing. I'm not saying it's not her lipedema. I'm just saying, like, that much weight gain in that short of amount of time would hospitalize you, I would think. Or you would at least want to go to the hospital to get that treated. As far as I know, though, she's not treating her lipedema at all. She's not doing compression. She's not doing whatever that leg suction thing was that Jordan did. She's not doing any kind of water therapy like Jordan does. She hasn't clearly adjusted her diet. Because Jordan went on a keto diet and pretty much everything she's eating would not qualify. I'm not saying there aren't ways to make keto versions of the things she's eating, but the things that she's shown are not keto friendly in their current form. So, of the things that Glitter and Lasers has wrong with her, I'm not saying she clearly has lipedema. You can see it in her legs, but she doesn't do anything about it. And running isn't going to make it better. So the running and working out are not a cure for lipedema. They're preventative, but they're not a cure kind of a thing. So basically she has gained weight. Almost everyone has pointed that out, including Chikara transformations. So, and I believe her. She's got magic eyes. So, and I can see it here too. And pretty much everyone, myself included, Alex Shook included, Chikara transformations and the angry bald guy, all of those have pointed out that if she was gaining 20 to 40 pounds of water weight in 2 to 3 days, she needed to go to the hospital, because I'm like, that's heart failure. And everyone else is like, that's a medical emergency. Which none of us are wrong. Like, you need to, if you're gaining 20 to 40 pounds in 2 days, I don't care why you're gaining it. You need to go to the doctor. Something is wrong. Something life-threatening is wrong. But Anna, I don't think anybody typed that in Anna's comment section, or at least I didn't see it if they did. However, Anna has deleted that off of Instagram. And so I was like, huh, did she delete it off of everywhere? So I did a little digging, because I'm an archaeologist, and that's what I do. She didn't delete it off of her YouTube shorts, but no one here has asked her too much about it. Mostly people on... I don't see her interact with anybody on here at all. Mostly I'm seeing really tart comments here, to be perfectly frank. These are not... They're not bad comments, they're just people picking fights with each other for the most part. Which is alright. Whatever. But I was like, so what's TikTok look like? So this is the same video in question on TikTok. It's got 36.2K views, which I don't know what's good numbers on TikTok, because I don't know. I don't do TikTok. But what I was noticing is there's a bunch of other stuff on here, like this one in particular, that Anna doesn't post anywhere else. I remember seeing this video. I don't remember this one. I remember this one. This is her quiche one. This is her, the one we just watched. I remember both of these. I remember the Lazy Girl hairstyle. This one. And here's the winter run. But what else is over here? Oh, wait. This is the quiche one. Oh, yeah. The potatoes. Sorry. My bad. I forgot about the potatoes. But, like, what else is getting put over here that she's not sharing anywhere else, because she knows she's going to get backlash for it? And I find it interesting that she didn't even receive criticism on Instagram, at least in the post that I saw at the time. She didn't even get criticisms there about anything. It was people critiquing the comment from Instagram. Hopefully everybody can see this okay now that I've readjusted everything. So I wanted to see over here if she had answered any questions about what it was. Oh, that's going to be convenient. What it was she had the flare up of. Let's see. This is the same. This is the same description that she put on the Instagram post. And you don't get that much space for YouTube Shorts because reasons, I'm sure. Can you... What does 1 to 25 mean? Does that mean there's 25 replies? How does this work? Oh, sorry. That would be the date. My dumbass. So these are the comments. There's 41 comments. I just feel like that's really low for the number of people that have watched this. Shouldn't this be somewhere in the hundreds? Hell, I get that many comments, and I am a very small channel. I think what TikTok is everybody over here is just... It doesn't matter. Here we go. So yes, Glitter did reply to one comment. The very, very first comment. Nope. Okay, apparently it's not. What autoimmune disease do you have? I'm battling RA and fibromyalgia. Myalgia. We're just going to pretend like I said that correctly. I have Hashis. I also have lipedema. She does say lipedema. A blood disorder and a genetic disorder that, while not technically autoimmune, are chronic and also cause and react to flare-ups. What genetic disorder? What blood disorder? And as far as I understand, Hashimoto's and lipedema are both caused by... are both aggravated severely and thereby possibly are pretty much caused by obesity. Y'all can do the whole skinny people get XYZ too. This is true. They do. Good job. Alright, somebody talking about having IBS. Okay, this is the very first one. Okay, so she only replied to the first handful of comments. For me, it's usually sodium or sugar, but it really can be anything and non-food related. I eat really low sugar now because it feels better, and honestly, there are so many good sugar-free alternatives now. Uh-huh. Anyway. Press X to doubt. What I'm not seeing is anybody asking directly what it is, or just... So, what I'm noticing the difference between the YouTube, TikTok, and Anna's Instagram post. This is the major difference that I'm noticing. And I might have to go dig through my own video to get the Instagram post. Is nobody has challenged her about what the flare-up is. Like, no one... It, like that one comment, it literally just said, what does flare-up mean? I think that was the actual comment. Or something very close to that. And Anna answered, and then there was another exchange, and then that's when Anna did the whole lipedema makes my fat cells turn into little water sponges, and I just retain water, which would be lipedema, as was explained, not lipedema. But inadvertently, she's now admitting that she has lipedema, which would be her lipedema advancing, progressing as a disease. Is it a disease? Her disorder. Autoimmune disease? Sure. Is it? Yeah. You can tell I'm not a doctor. Anyway, I find it interesting that she only takes it down from her Instagram page, and I think the reason she did that is because of the comment. But it's my understanding you could just delete the comment. So why did she feel the need to take the entire video down, like the entire post, all of it, down on Instagram, but not on YouTube and not on TikTok? And TikTok, I think, is her big, that's her big platform. That's where she has the biggest following. So while we're here, Puerto Rico, she's in Puerto Rico. What is this? Me in 10 years when abusing the Costco free samples finally catches up to me.
Okay. Make sure it's on low. Okay. Make sure it's on low.
I like the fact that she's reading Stephen King's book upside down. That's funny. Yeah, why would you post this one? That's kind of weird. Me in 10 years abusing the Costco free samples finally catches up to me. Poor dog. The dog's like, what? Same dog. Same.
What?
Whenever I feel the need to, I'm gonna be savage. Protect your space. And it just says ruthless with that block button. And then it's got something where she kisses and goes, mwah, blocked. Mwah, blocked. Or is it more like the Italian? Mwah, blocked. Okay. We will also be muting this one. Mute. But I'm going to let it play. Alright. This is also another one that I saw and I had playing on repeat for a minute there on the Instagram. Look. I don't jump. Let me just put it that way. I could probably do jumping jacks. I could probably jump rope just fine. I would rather save my knees for things like climbing or hiking or the few times I have to run kind of a thing. I don't jump on my knees. I'm not saying the human body isn't built to jump. Clearly it can. But Anna is like 500 pounds, man. What are her trainers doing? This is insane. Look at this. She is coming up off the ground. Why is she jumping? Look at her. She can't even do the movement fluidly because probably it hurts. This is ridiculous. These are her run trainers too. The people that are training her to run a marathon. It's like they've targeted her knees as enemy number one and they want to take them out as fast as possible. And somewhere on here, is it on here? Yes, jump squats are so hard. I love the challenge, hearts. supposed to jump in a jump squat. These aren't being done for height, but to learn how to land and jump properly without stressing the joints, but go off short king. Wow. Okay. Anna does not like being criticized in any way, shape, or form. She doesn't like positive criticism. She doesn't like negative criticism. She doesn't like neutral criticism. She immediately goes onto the defensive no matter what. Remember, see, this is what I'm talking about. Yes, girl, keep it up. Remember, slow and steady. Don't try to do too much too soon. I've been working out for a while. I'm good. She was saying something nice to you. Why do you gotta be catty about it? Honestly, most people, she says, I wish my 37-year-old knees could. Honestly, most people get injured because of form. I was shocked how much my soreness doing these decreased with physical therapy. Somebody in my comment section suggested that she's not actually training to run for anything and that she's doing physical therapy to recover from something else. And I kind of wonder, because she calls this PT a lot. It slips out in a lot of her... Like, she'll do this little, like, outfit of the day before she leaves to go run and train. And sometimes she'll say, I'm heading to PT, which would be physical therapy, not run training. So I wonder if she's not actually making things up, is kind of where I'm going with that. I just wanted to see if she responded to anybody else. No. Okay, so this is also on... YouTube, was it? So yeah, you can see Anna's pulled like a good chunk of... She doesn't have the, like, none of the Puerto Rico shorts are over here. Probably because a lot of them are over a minute long and you can only have 1 minute as far as a short. Like, you can only have a 1 minute short, which annoys the crap out of me. A minute and a half. Give me a minute and a half. Okay, so this is the other spot. Notice the outfit's the same. Just pointing that out. So this was at least filmed on the same day, probably. Let's see. She says, TRX is a great way to warm up and work up to this movement while being kind to your body. But she said on TikTok that this was the end of her workout. So is she warming up or is she working out? Zerus Vien, sure. You are great. Are you watching also your nutrition? Because nutrition comes first, then the exercise. Glitter and lasers. Just rolls her eyes. And now everyone else is dogpiling them. Notice that they started off with, you are great. Are you watching what you say to strangers online? Because it's rude as hell to tell people you don't know what they should be doing with their bodies. Go away. Say no to face police. Oh, say no to face profile. Oh, says the no face profile. Best reply ever. He said nothing. Would you ask that to a thin person who posted a workout video? Yeah, actually I would. Because I'd want to know what they were eating. Kind of like I want to know what Anna's eating. Don't you think she knows that? You really think she's putting all this hard work and eating like crap? Yes. Yes, I do. That's why she hasn't lost any weight. These people are just vicious. This one. How does it make your knees feel? I've been doing these for a year and I still feel like it's hurting my knees more than it should. Stop doing it. Doctor, it hurts when I do this. Don't do that. Glitter and later. I worked a lot on proper form before doing these, so I didn't have any pain. Actually, these drills are more about practicing a soft and controlled landing than anything else. Is that why you're landing flat on your feet? Look, I took climbing lessons. And the first thing they taught me was how to fall, because you're falling off of a wall. Straight down. And it may not look like you're falling that far, but it's farther than you think. And the first two things they taught me was, don't land on your feet. You want to roll if you're coming down. But the other thing is if you're wanting to land softly, and this is something I've learned from ballet, you want to come down on the ball of your foot and then progress into the rest of your foot. Not like a potato masher. She's not landing softly. And you can tell she's not because her whole body's shaking when she does it. Watch a ballerina jump sometime. I'm just saying. Like, they're the masters of the soft landing. Watch the male dancers jump. They don't even land. They jump completely different, and they weigh more than the female ballerinas. So if people want to bitch about that to me too, you can do that instead. You can even watch fat ballerinas dance, and they still land softer than Anna's landing. And yes, there is such a thing as fat ballerinas. Putting it out there. Anna's so full of shit. I think we've enjoyed watching Anna hop up and down. Actually, we're going to leave it here. I hope you guys can see her doing it. Yes, you can. Alright. So, the whole reason I wanted to do this video, and there's probably going to be a little cutout. The two things I really wanted to talk about, though, were Anna completely scrubbing this video. The be gentle with yourself / friends with autoimmune disorders who tell you that they don't feel good. She completely scrubbed that one off of her Instagram because on that Instagram she had talked about having that 20 to 40 pound weight gain over 2 to 3 days. And she's been called out on it several times. And so instead of addressing it, she just dirty deleted it. Which I have some unsolicited advice for Anna that even if she did watch my channel, I know she wouldn't listen to because Anna doesn't listen to anyone who tells her anything that would potentially be actually helpful to her. But dirty deleting stuff only makes it worse. It's already out there. Myself and at least 3 other reactors that I watch have reacted to it. It's not going anywhere, so you can't pretend like it doesn't exist. So own it, correct yourself, address it, walk it back, do whatever you have to do. But dirty deleting it, all it does is make it look worse. Same thing with the Target video. All she has to do is apologize. Well, all she had to do was apologize. She's past that point at this now. Don't dirty delete shit. And don't delete it off of one channel but not the others. Because people like me are going to notice. Because we know you have multiple channels. Kind of a thing. We're going to go through the comments section to see if anybody has asked a similar question. Okay? I mean, it sucks that you're an internet person and that like people are this into you, but part of the reason people are this into you is because you're disingenuous, you do stuff that pisses people off, you don't apologize for it, and you're lying at this point. You're just flat out lying at this point. You lie about your size, you lie about your weight loss, you lie about your use of weight loss drugs, you lie about your diet, you're lying about your lipedema and your lipedema, because it sounds like you've got both now. And again, that's something that came out at the Instagram post. Don't walk it back, just address it and clear it up. Do you have lipedema or do you have lipolipedema? What are you doing to get it fixed, if anything? And then she says here that she's got autoimmune disorders, but in one of the comments that we read, she mentions that it's not really an autoimmune disorder. She's got a blood disorder and some kind of vague genetic disorder. They're not autoimmune disorders, though. According to her, she said that. So why are you standing here now in this video claiming you have an autoimmune disorder when you said in the comments that you don't? This is why people are starting to get upset and irritated and take notice of you on the internet, because you're inconsistent, you're basically lying, you're not being honest, and you're disingenuous. So just stop doing those things. And people will leave you alone because there won't be any controversy to talk about. I'm not going to watch her because of her fashion hauls, because she's not my kind of fashion. I am going to watch her because of this kind of behavior, because this stuff it's harmful. She's got people on her in her comment section, especially on TikTok and stuff, who genuinely believe that she's only losing weight because of her workouts. It doesn't work like that. And if anyone even gently brings up that fact, she rolls her eyes at them, attacks them outright, and then lets the rest of her fan base attack them. You know? I don't know. I feel like it's bad behavior for an influencer. But I think we will start following her Instagram more, just because there's a lot more over here than there is on YouTube. Like this whole Puerto Rico trip. Like, that's awesome. she looked like she was having a lot of fun, and it looks like a lot of fun. And this Tango guy, I mean, he looks pretty cool. She's just, also, we've seen her run, and it just, she's not running. I know she wants to think she's running, but she's really not. And I'm not even trying to be mean about it at this point. She just lumbers. Someone pointed out that both of her feet don't leave the ground at any point. So she's basically, and she runs like a boxer. You know how I mean? Like, have you ever seen the Rocky movies? Because it's required watching when you move to Philly. But you know how they like run with their hands up around their face because they're gonna like do their little boxing thing while they're shuffling along, and like that's the whole point, is they're trying to like build up a specific kind of muscle memory while they're running, kind of a thing. That's what she looked like. She looked like she was gonna like shuffle along and then keep going and then you know, that's what it looked like she was gonna do. But no, that was just her running. That was her running pace, which everybody's gotta start somewhere, I guess. And I suppose if that's all the running she does, then probably she's fine. Running is what I'm saying. So my 2 points in this video mainly are, Anna's dirty deleting. She's trying to do like a lot of the TikTok girlies do, and that's sanitize and control the story by just completely erasing things, thinking that that somehow makes it vanish from the internet. It does not. It only makes it worse. It really, honest to God, only makes it worse. Just address the issue and move on. It's not even like her controversies are that bad. They're just makes her look bad. And the other really thing that I wanted to talk about with this was this newest video of her jumping. I know I'm not a physical therapist. I know I'm not a physical trainer, but why would you have a 500-pound woman jumping at any height on her knees? Like, why would you have them doing that as a form of physical therapy? Why? But this is the same run lab that is training her to run a 5K and don't see any problem with training a 500-pound woman to run a 5K. They don't see any problem with this. So there you have it. I guess they don't see any problem with having a 500-pound woman blow her knees out early either. Because it's not about form. Yes, the worse her form is, which I would argue if her form is good or not. I don't think it is, but I think her form's atrocious. But that's a personal opinion. If form really is the problem, then how have her knees not gone out before now? And also, a lot of people are pointing out long-term damage. Like, she may not feel it right now. She may not feel it in the first year, but she's going to feel it down the road. And I keep thinking back to, I had a second dad. Long story. Somebody kept saying my bonus mom. That's kind of what it is. My bonus dad. He ran track when he was in high school, and he would tell us about how he would hurdle jump. He was a hurdle jumper, and he would use his knees to kind of find the hurdles, I guess. I don't know exactly what that means, but those of you who hurdle jump might. And yeah, he had to have both of his knees replaced later on in life, like before he was 40. You know, I'm just pointing things out. Anyway, Anna's dirty deleting. Don't do that. It's bad. Anna's being taught to jump for some strange reason because her physical therapists think it's good for her. I would get new physical therapists personally, or a doctor's opinion. Like, that can't be good for her. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Put something yellow in the comment section, since that's Anna's favorite color. That's your emoji. Give me a yellow emoji down in the comments section. Let me know what you guys think. And yeah, I will talk to everybody in the next one. Bye. This is my outro music. You can't copyright strike me because it's just me singing. This is my outro music. Thank you for watching. See you next time.